was born in the Philippines. He joined the Krishna consciousness movement in 1984 in Toronto, Canada, after finishing his studies, and received first initiation in January of 1985. He served the Toronto Temple for 13 years as a book distributor, temple secretary, and in his final 2 years as the temple president. He moved to New Delhi, India in the fall of 1997 and served at that time in the new temple there as vice president and was in charge of the Brahmachari ashram for 5 years, after which he moved to Vrindavan in March 2002. In Vrindavan, he was festival coordinator in addition to serving once again as vice president and taking charge of the Brahmachari ashram. He was awarded sannyas on the last Ekadashi of Kartik in 2013 by his guru, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai! He continues to travel all over the world, including UAE, South Africa, Mauritius, Russia, the US, and Canada, UK, Europe, and the Philippines, where, incidentally, he currently serves as zonal supervisor. Maharaj is mainly based in Vrindavan now and is one of the co-presidents of Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir.
Haribol.
Please join me in welcoming His Holiness Swami Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyabhati Paschatya Deshatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Kadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamadam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivash Adi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. It's a great privilege to be here once again. It's like for the last 2-3 years we've been coming to Ratha Yatra here in New York, and we've always been invited here for the devotees Sundays, Russian devotees Sangha. And well, this year I missed that one, but this time we have this very special, because just open up this, not open up, but it's just like remodeled, and it's a Prabhupada Museum, as we can see right now, 26 Second Avenue. However, in the early stage of this meeting place, it's a very humble way of beginning of our movement, that our society took birth here, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, when he met one person in the park, and he was saying, yes, I have so many temples, so many books, and so many devotees. But then this person was wondering, how is that? He doesn't look like it is. And later on, when he met the devotees in Vancouver, then when he saw the picture, because all the books of Srila Prabhupada being published by the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, there's a picture of Srila Prabhupada, and the devotee showed the picture. Yes, I've seen him. I met him. I said, really? And then he told that story, that he had so many temples. From the very beginning, Srila Prabhupada's father always will invite the sadhus, holy men, and he will ask them to give blessings to his son to be a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. So his father, being a pure devotee, Gaur Mohan De, somehow or other, he was blessed, Srila Prabhupada. And when the devotees also, they went to Srila Mayapur, Navadvip, the other side of the river, they showed a picture of Srila Prabhupada to an astrologer. The astrologer, upon seeing the photo of Srila Prabhupada, he says that this person will build a house in which the whole world can live in. So this was the origin of that phrase, that he built the house in which the whole world can live in. And as far as we can see right now, this place, New York City, is booming, especially so many preaching going on. But in the early days, in 1966, who knows how this is going to be realized, that somehow all over the world. I was in LA also recently, and I saw that globe where Prabhupada will always kind of like look. Yes, you go here, you would tell Brahmananda Prabhu, the first president here in 26 Second Avenue. Yes, you go there, you go here, but you don't have any clue what Prabhupada is saying. How is that? So ultimately, it became realized, and we have over 450, 600 centers all over the world, temples. It's booming. It is thriving. It is going on, even though, according to the survey done, if the leader of a spiritual institution, after he's gone, like after 25 years of that time that the leader or the founder of the society is gone, the whole thing will collapse. But not here. So they were surprised. Many are surprised. How is it that you are still going on? How is it that it is keep on going and becoming stronger and stronger? Many devotees are being made. I'm surprised also, just visiting the temple here in Brooklyn, New York. It's really booming. They have like 50 brahmacharis there right now. It's unbelievable. So, yes, when they found this place, they have this sign that says, matchless gifts. And it's very appropriate, somehow. And Prabhupada did not change, did not take that. No. Actually, it is matchless gifts. Prabhupada's contribution towards the whole human society, it's matchless, priceless. No amount of wealth in the universe can surpass. Especially the founding of this International Society for Krishna Consciousness movement is a great boon for the human society. Prabhupada says that it'll be noted in the history of the world that this society is the one who will save the human society from being barbarians. Now, what is barbarian means? It's like, barbarian means like uncivilized, very backwards, or not just backwards. Human civilization nowadays is really like going to the dark side. Kali Yuga progresses day by day, and we can see there is chaos all over the world. There's war, extreme heat, calamities everywhere, all over the world. And there is no solace. Prabhupada says the temples are like oases, like an oasis in the desert. If you're in the desert and you don't have water, you'll not be able to survive. The only chance is that if there is an oasis. An oasis means a place where you can still find some reservoir of water in order to survive. So, Srila Prabhupada, he has so many contributions. I'm going to read some of them. But especially this Hare Krishna movement is the topmost contribution of Srila Prabhupada towards the human society. Establishing this movement in order to spread and revive. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he inaugurated this Sankirtan movement, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 500 years ago. But somehow or other, there's no one in the world who became the ambassador. If there's anyone, it's like they're giving so many prizes or so many awards. Like, it should be Prabhupada. Man of the century, 21st century. Yes, unbelievable. Worldwide movement. is a global movement for spiritual awakening, especially the spreading of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Yuga Dharma for this day and age. It's unbelievable, single man alone. And no, he doesn't know anybody. He came here with only, what, $8, $7 at that time. And not including the first 3 volumes of the first canto that was sold to Captain Pandya. Who knows that how amazing that this is going to happen. It's like beyond a miracle, you may say. It's not just a miracle. So he tirelessly, the very beginning here at 22nd Avenue, we've heard that Prabhupada would cook for the first Sunday programs. You called it what? Love Feast? Sunday Love Feast. It's still applicable, this phrase Sunday Love Feast, but of course, very rarely being used now also. It's called Sunday Love Feast. I don't think we call this in India, Sunday Love Feast. But at least in some places in the world also, this phrase is being used. It's very appropriate again because Srila Prabhupada has given us genuine love. Because love cannot be found in this world. As Prabhupada says in his books, love is only applicable between the living entities and the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. And the closest resemblance of what is love is that of the mother towards the child. So in the very beginning, Srila Prabhupada, he took care of everyone and he gave love to everyone who will enter into this room. And they can feel this. They can feel that this is genuine. It is not artificial. And then during those feasts, they will all, after the prasad, they will just all go, disperse. They're all going to whatever they would like to do. And then one newcomer was thinking, well, we're all gone, so who's cleaning? Who's cleaning the place? And so he concluded that it must be Swamiji. So he would prepare, he would cook, he would serve, and he would clean up. Who would do that? A genuine sadhu, a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. He showed by an example. That's why he is an acharya. It's called an acharya. So, especially also from his books. His books, the purports that he wrote from Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita, he wrote it actually 3 times. First time, it was like exchange, the manuscripts with tea biscuits by his wife in India. And somehow or other, he gave also an ultimatum, tea or me. But the wife says, tea. So, eventually, he gave up. He became renounced. And then the second time, I believe he was in the Bowery, yeah? We just passed by there this afternoon, coming from Brooklyn Temple. The caretaker of the apartment, when he says, oh, because his room was broke. Someone broke in. And then their caretaker says, oh, he must have came from there, near the ceiling. So Prabhupada concluded that he was the culprit. He took the typewriter and again the manuscripts of the Bhagavad Gita. So the 3rd edition. And he did not give up. He is determined We were talking about this morning in the Srimad Bhagavatam about the determination of Dhruva Maharaj. Even just a young boy, 5-year-old, he went to the forest having material desires, but to achieve that, he needs to have darshan of the Lord, because He's the only one. The Lord is the only one who will be able to solve his problem. Srila Prabhupada is the same, like Dhruva Maharaj, alone in a concrete jungle, forest also, as you may say. But he was persevere. He was persevere. He knew that in order to become successful, he has to follow the instructions coming from his Guru Maharaj to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, to the English-speaking world. And so his purports, books that he's translated, is also unbelievable. At the ripe age, mature age of 69 or 70, who can do that? And that's why he says that, oh, I didn't write these books. Krishna wrote these books. It's like Ganesh. He's a transcriber. It was Vyasadeva, a literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So Srila Prabhupada is the modern day Vyas as well. His contribution is, again, unsurpassable. You cannot imagine. And he says that usually the writer of the book will not read his own book after writing, but he will relish his own book, especially the Krishna book. Every night he will hear. In LA, there is a Prabhupada garden. In Vrindavan, there is a Prabhupada house, also quarters, and he will hear. Even under the Tamal tree, every night in Vrindavan, he will hear his disciples read in front of him. So yes, translation and commentaries of sacred texts. These are all very ancient Sanskrit, but he opened up the flood of knowledge for everyone, and now it's being translated into so many languages all over the world. Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, and still continuing to be translated, especially the Bhagavad Gita, which is an ancient book of wisdom. There is no Bhagavad Gita being used like the book that Srila Prabhupada has translated. Even the academicians, they are admiring the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Yes. So also another gift of Srila Prabhupada is this Bhakti Yoga, the process whereby we'll be able to develop pure love for Krishna. Bhakti is a science. Science because it's been tried and proven. We just have to apply it in our everyday activities. He gave us a template whereby by following simple formula, 4 regulative principles to follow: no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex, and to chant minimum of 16 rounds every day attentively without any offenses. Ultimately, if we follow this, Prabhupada says guarantees one will go back home, back to Godhead. And this morning we're reading also, try to go back to Godhead in this lifetime. It is possible. He was once asked, how long will it take for one to go back home, back to Godhead? I'm sure every one of you knows, or if not, he says, within a moment. Within a moment. Of course, we have to pay the price. Austerities must be there. It's like there's a saying out there, no pain, no gain. So similarly, going back to Godhead, we have to pay the prize. And what is the prize? It's eagerness. It is the greed. It's like the materialists are greedy. Greedy for money, because without money there is no honey. There is no sense enjoyment. So the devotees also are very greedy. For what? To attain love of Godhead by serving the Lord in different ways, 9 processes. So it's very simple. Prabhupada says this Krishna consciousness is simple for the simple-minded, and it's very difficult for the crooked-minded. Nothing that we can do which is impossible. We just have to be true to ourselves, no duplicitous, no pretension, straightforward. Guaranteed, we will attain love of God. He also gave us deity worship. Deity worship. No difference between the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and the Supreme Lord. This is the meaning of absolute truth. In the scriptures, Krishna is described. What does he look like? Tree bending form, with a flute in his hand and a peacock feather on his head, and also wearing yellow silken cloth, surrounded by his eternal associates. Dark bluish complexion, like a monsoon cloud, the color of the monsoon cloud, and always with his devotees, especially his eternal consort Srimati Radharani. So all over the world we have temples, and the Supreme Lord also is being worshipped along with his eternal consort Srimati Radharani. In some temples, I've been to many temples, and whoever is the main deity for the temple, they're in the middle. San Francisco, New Jagannath Puri, who's in the middle? Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. You go to Atlanta, who's in the middle altar? Shri Gaurnitai. Panchatattva, in Laguna Beach, also in, of course, our world headquarters, Shida Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, Shivash Acharya, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar. So by worshipping the Supreme Lord, Srila Prabhupada says in his deity form, they're like, putting your mail to the post box. They may be made of material elements like wood or metal or paint or jewelry or even earth. But because it is depending on the Lord's devotees, how they treat the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada says, if you treat the deities like made of stone, then the deities will reciprocate accordingly. But because the deities are none different than the Supreme Lord, they are worshipable. We offer them, like many of our temples, 6 types of offerings every day. And for the Grihastas also, it is also advised to have deities, so their life can be regulated. So they can also attain love of God. It is not just only the brahmacharis or the sannyasis who will attain love of God. Everyone. So the deity worship system has been established by Srila Prabhupada. And if I may say though, that Krishna Balaram Mandir is like the mother of all ISKCON temples. Sorry about that. It is not because I live there, but it is a very special place. It is a very special place. Of course, every one of you, doesn't matter where you live, your most worshipful deities is where you are. Like here in New York, it's the Brooklyn Sri Radha Govinda or Sri Radha Murlidhar, Bhakti Center. The reciprocation between the devotees and the deities, no one should go in between. It's like the reciprocation between the disciple and the spiritual master. No one can go in within. And we have that special relationship with the deities. So, another one. Although he established many farms, well, he tried to, because he says 50% of my mission is not complete. We try to have these farm communities right now. Many are trying still their best, but we have few who are having success. It's like in Europe, in Hungary, yes? Yes, in Hungary or in India we're trying. I've heard that even in Gita Nagari they're becoming successful. They're producing nice honey and ghee or milk. It's being transported in different areas here in the East Coast. Maybe it also goes up to the West Coast. So yes, another matchless gift coming from Srila Prabhupada is this establishing a worldwide devotee community. Again, because there's so many grihastas, they not be able to regularly attend the temple functions. Then some places, like I've been to Alachua last year, they have the greatest, or they have the most populated grihasta community here in the West. And I've seen this very vibrant, beautiful deities there also. Sri Radha Shyama Sundar, Krishna Balaram also they have. And the gift of the holy name. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is the Yuga Dharma, the means by which we can be delivered from the cycle of repeated birth and death. Without chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, who knows where will we be right now? We'll probably under the gutter. Not just on the gutter, but under the gutter. That means like really like degraded. Without chanting of the holy name of the Lord, I don't think we'll be able to exist. It's not possible. So it is of utmost importance. Srila Prabhupada says, of all the instructions coming from the spiritual master, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the most important. We cannot overestimate. We cannot take it for granted, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Prabhupada's coming to America is the birth of the Hare Krishna movement, especially here in 26 2nd Avenue. And we just heard the recording that Prabhupada did, or someone did it. It was chanting. It was like, I felt that Prabhupada was here, was still here. Coming and entering to this place, this is like a tirtha. It's a holy place. Tirtha means a holy place. It's like all the holy places are right here. Because wherever the pure devotee walks, he carries with him the holy place. He is moving tirtha. And especially this place, 22nd Avenue, is the most important place, and we're very fortunate somehow or other. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to acquire it and call it our own. That's going to happen, definitely. If there is a will, there is a way. Not just, lease. No. We're gonna put ISKCON property. Yeah, signed, sealed, and delivered. That's it. And again, the holy name of the Lord is being heard all over the world, everywhere. We just came from Berlin, Ratayatra, and Cologne, Ratayatra in Germany. Very enthusiastic devotees wherever we go. And the sound vibration of the holy name of the Lord is reverberating all over tall buildings. And I'm sure also here, like yesterday, we joined the Harinam Sankirtan in Union Square. It was amazing. It was amazing. I feel protected. Wherever there's chanting of the holy name of the Lord, the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna's protection is always going to be there. As Prabhupada says in the introduction of this Vaishnava songbook, the safest place in the world is where the chanting of the holy name is being heard. So, that is, again, cannot be overestimated. So, we just have to somehow follow in his footsteps. We cannot imitate Srila Prabhupada. He's a Mahabhagavat. But because of the uniqueness of each and every individual soul, there is potential to everyone, for everyone to also create and also distribute the gifts that Srila Prabhupada has given to us. The legacy that he left behind will continue on for the next 10,000 years. After that, no more Haribol, Haribol. Only within the next 10,000 years that this movement will keep on growing and growing and growing, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, whom we are observing his disappearance today, anniversary. He says, time will come that even the judge, the magistrate, will be wearing a tilak and kantimala. And that's happening in some parts of the world. But maybe the Supreme Court also of US also will be doing that in the future, because this is going to be the religion, Vaishnavism, for the next 10,000 years. So Srila Prabhupada's matchless gifts, says here, lies not only in the words he left behind, but also in the transformative power of his teachings. That means we've been transformed from being barbarians to become devotees. So we are eternally grateful to Srila Prabhupada, who saved us. And it is our duty as well to help others in the same process on the march, going back home, back to Godhead. This is how we can reciprocate, because it says we cannot repay back the spiritual master. It is not possible. But we can try to repay him back from saving us from the mire of ignorance by also carrying the same mood, trying to help others to go back home, back to Godhead. So I thank you very much. I think time is up. Time, I am the controller of everything. And I really thank you for your continuous enthusiasm, trying to preserve this place, definitely, even after we're gone, I'm sure this place we're still gonna be here. Hopefully. This will be remembered. It's not enough. Thank that I can appreciate what you've done. Hare Krishna.
Srila Maharaj ki
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for recapping some of Prabhupada's matchless gifts he's given us, and structuring it in such a way that you end with the most important thing, the holy names.
Yes.
So we are going to try to follow Srila Prabhupada
Mm-mm.
and imbibe in the holy names right now. So in some kirtan, a brief kirtan. Maharaj, would you like to lead?
Sure.
That's great. So we're just going to look at about a 5 to 10 minute kirtan, and then we'll have some prasadam, maybe a few announcements in between.
No. Kartals. I think I have my kartals here. Someone else can
Okay.
use that one. Someone can play harmonium if you know how to play. That's fine also. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Vishnupada Pramsa Paribrajacharya Asto Tarasat Sisimat. His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charanara Binda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Nichalila Pavistaong Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajacharya Asto Tarasat Sisimat. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Sri Rup Sri Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sisi Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Sinavadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Books Distribution Ki Jai. Much less gifts by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Go Sitana Pimanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hari Om Tat Sat.
His Holy Janardana Maharaj Ki Jai! Thank you once again for coming this evening. This program, Prabhupada Meditations, happens every Wednesday evening at 6:30. We often have guest speakers. Sometimes we listen to recordings of Prabhupada disciples talking about him, or videos. We watch videos. Sometimes we read from the books of his disciples that talk about Prabhupada. In one way or another, we're glorifying Prabhupada every Wednesday evening here at 6:30. I mentioned the renovation project at the beginning of this program that is ongoing. Phase 2 will be completed before next year. The opening of Phase 2 will be to coincide with ISKCON, the University of ISKCON's incorporation in 2026. So that is ongoing. Toward that end, we do accept donations. There's a little bit of merchandise left, not much. Some T-shirts, I think, is all we have. So bags, right? Tote bag. So, no tote bag left. Oh, okay. So just a few shirts. We'll be reordering those soon. There's barcodes. Otherwise, you can see one of us if you want to buy one, cash or card. Please do let us know. One other thing about the renovations. We had this opening a couple weeks ago. It was a wonderful event with many Prabhupada disciples here. The place was packed, spilling out into the street. I made a series of acknowledgments, and before I did so, I warned. I said, whenever I do this, I always skip somebody. And, without, unintentionally, of course, but I always skip somebody. And my heart was broken when I realized I skipped a very important person who happens to be here today. This person has done and continues to do so much seva for this temple. It's like the fact that I didn't mention him is mind-boggling and very frustrating to me. He was the very first one to do anything of the renovation here. This pipe was plastered over. He exposed it. This AC was over here. Radhanath Maharaj said, put it in a less conspicuous space. He moved it over there. The entire ceiling. He removed this drop-down ceiling. He removed over a couple tons of garbage that was on top of the ceiling and replaced it with this tile, which looks amazingly similar to what they had in the 50s and early 60s. So when Prabhupada was here. Ongoing work he does here, fix it, repairs, security cameras. In the bathroom, constantly fixing. We owe a great debt of gratitude to His Grace Priya Saka Prabhu. My eternal apologies once again. And not only like the most capable person, but like a pure, thank you, a pure Vaishnava heart. A pure Vaishnava heart. And I apologized to him, and he's like, no, this is the best thing. Otherwise, my ego gets fed. And I had to feed your ego. Because and I'd like to present you with this gift. On behalf of the church.
Haribol, Priya Saka Prabhu Ki!
Okay. There are also a couple of books for sale, going back to the pitch. A couple of books for sale back there. Anyway, apart from that, Prashadam is being served in the back. It's vegan for those of you who care about such things. So
It's the in thing now.
Chanity happy Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.